Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Dash a Bit Weird.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 17th of September, 2014, and this is episode 106. We're going to apologize in advance for any background noise you hear. There was some kind of major issue in the flat across the hall to where they have pretty much gutted it and are having to rebuild it from the bottom up. So they're working. We're trying to make sure there's not background noise if we can. And also, I had gotten a new iPad because the hubs had took mine, and there is apparently some kind of issue with the microphone in it. And so I'm having to contact the seller and get it replaced hopefully soon. So we are instead recording on my iPhone, and hopefully that will work. So forgive us if there is any issues with this episode. Know that we're working on them, and hopefully they won't continue to occur. Okay, so now let's say a big welcome back to all of our returning viewers. We love you guys. You're awesome. And a big hello to any new viewers. That's not how we usually start the show, with warnings, but just wanted to give you all a heads up from the get-go. So thanks for watching if this is your first time with us, and we hope you enjoy the show. Damaris, we had some members introduce themselves this week, so why don't you give them a shout out?
What is the first?
I think it's Cindy L.N.
Cindy L.N., who is Cindy from Kansas. Green Knit Mama, who is Izzy, who is from Texas, but is currently stuck in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Which
makes me laugh because some of my early years were in Rio Rancho and the surrounding area.
Jensta 79, who is Jenny from Cardiff.
I'm so jealous. We got to go there sometime.
Okay.
Because they have the Doctor Who experience. Yeah.
And Stormy Sky, who is Amanda from Iowa.
So hiya. Thanks for introducing yourselves. So if people aren't a member of our group or haven't gotten a shout out yet, what should they do?
They should join our Ravelry group and then introduce themselves in our introductions thread.
And then we'll give them a big shout out. We'd also like to say a humongous thanks to Mariad Hardy. I hope I pronounced your first name right. Mairead. If I didn't, I apologize. She donated some of her hard-earned money to the podcast to help with shipping costs and prizes and badges and things like that. So thank you so much. We love you. You're awesome. Okay, we have a zillion things to talk to you about today. We have a big review of Tin Can Knit's new book that's coming out, and lots of things to show you. So we probably should get started. Here we go.
And now it's time for what's on our needles.
Because we still have not started spinning anything again since Tour de Fleece, but that's okay. So Damaris, what's on your needles this week?
Okay, well, I didn't do anything on my Beekeeper's Quilt by Tiny Owl Knits, so I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay.
And these are fingerless gloves inspired by Black Widow.
Okay.
On,
U.S. Force. No, U.S. Juice.
Yes. I'm basing them off...
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about needle size. Sorry.
I'm basing them off of Kim Sakata's Fingerless Gloves by Kimberly Fairchild for the fingerless glove base.
Okay.
And I'm using a ribbing technique from Planum by Claire Devine.
Yes.
And I'm using US 2s, 2.75 millimeters, and I'm using King Cole Merino blend in the black colorway right now.
Yeah, and then you'll add the sky when you do the detail on it. So, are you almost to the place where you're done with the ribbing part to fold under?
Almost.
So hold it up and show them a little bit what you're going to do.
Oh.
I know it's hard to see because it's black, but... So where is it at? Like right here? So she's going to fold this part down here inside, and this ribbing right here will be the same length as the other one, to give it some extra bulk. To make it look more like Black Widow's, whatever the things are on her wrist. They look like vials of something, like metal vials. I'm not sure what they are, but And you're doing this just to wear, but also as part of your costume for your drama musical theater class.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anything else you're working on?
No.
You haven't had a lot of time with school going back, right?
Right.
So during school session, it probably is going to be less knitting for her. But that's okay. So I guess now let me talk about what's on my needles. There's still quite a bit I can't show you. And hopefully that's going to be ending pretty quick, to where I just have like maybe one thing at a time I can't show you. There's just been so much on my plate design-wise. So that's keeping me super busy. So the first thing is in my lovely coffee bag by Knit Run Dig, Sam, is the shawl design that I'm working on to release on October the 1st. It's in testing right now, and the testers, ones that have sent me pictures, are amazing. I cannot wait to release this to you. So I finished the DK one a few weeks ago, and now I'm finishing up the 4-ply fingering weight one. This is all the yarn I have left. The light one is, well, they're both Ginger's hand-dyed Splendor 4-ply. The light one is Barba Papa, which means cotton candy in French, and the dark one is Hot Fuzz. So I only have about 15% of the yarn left. So I've done 85% of the shawl, which I'm doing on US 4's 3.5 mil needles. I know I have enough to do 2 more repeats of the pattern, but I'm not sure if I have enough to do 3 repeats. So we're going to do the 2 repeats, weighing the yarn each time, and then see how much I have left, because I don't want to run out mid-repeat, because then it won't end it well. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that's an in-joke from, was that a couple weeks ago or last week? Anyway, fingers are crossed. If you don't know what that's referencing, go back and watch the previous episodes. That I will finish that this week, and so I can get it blocked, and then we can photograph it and all that stuff to release. If you're interested in knitting the new shawl pattern when it releases October 1st, there's 2 options. You can either do it on a DK weight yarn or on a 4-ply fingering weight yarn. The DK, you'll need about 440 yards. I did 2 skeins of Brigantia DK, and they each had, I believe, 220 yards, because you'll want 2 different colors. If you want it in the 4-ply, you'll want 2 different colors as well. And I'm doing, I can't remember how much yardage is in this skein. I want to say in the 400-ish range. And of course, you can always end at whatever point you want to make it the width and such that you want. But if you're interested in the upcoming shawl pattern, that's what you'll need, either DK or 4-ply. Second thing that's on my needles, actually just got put on my needles in the last week. This lovely Knit Run Dig Doctor Who bag. Yes, you see a theme with Knit Run Dig bags. I adore her bags. I'm working on the 3rd pattern of the Doctor Who Companions Sock Club 2nd edition. Sorry, all the words are mixed up. So this is, in here is the 3rd pattern for the new club. So I've just got that started, and I'm working on that. And then finally, what I'm working on is my hashtag countdown to Outlander, hashtag Kilt Me Now Cal socks. I finished 1 sock already, and I think I have 2 rows left before I start the Fish Lips Kiss heel. And I'm just doing my plain vanilla recipe sock pattern that I use. This is also Ginger's hand dyed, but it's the sheepish sock base in the J. Supri, which means I am ready, Outlander colorway. And I'm doing it on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles. So a couple of rows, and then I'll put in the heel, and then up the leg, and I'll be done. And that's everything that's active on my needles right now. But like I said, hopefully next week I will have the shawl done, and then could just get back to focusing on one design project and doing a couple other things in between, because I have a lot of things I want to knit. All right, well, I think we're ready to move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about her finished project,
of which I just have 1. That's it. Which is probably a good thing with as much as we have to talk about this week. So I finished another preemie hat. This one is in Mirasol Yarn Hacho in the royal yellow and mauve colorway. Although there's green in there too, so I don't know why green's not mentioned. I did this on US 6's 4mm needles, and it's out of my free top-down preemie hat pattern on Ravelry. And this is number 25 for the year. And this is some of the yarn that, was it Katie Kitty J sent us? I believe so. If I said that incorrectly, I apologize, but I think that's who sent me this yarn. We've gotten quite a bit of donation yarn in the last week or two, 3. And so it's a little jumbled in my mind. So I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. But it's lovely, lovely, lovely yarn. And it's soft. It's pretty soft, so it'll be great for preemie hats. So that's all I finished this week. So I guess we'll move on to the next segment. And now it's time for my favorite part of our show. Yummies. What are yummies, Mare?
Yummies are our current favorite things, things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. So Damaris, why don't you start with your big yummy for the week?
Okay.
I'm very jealous.
I went to go see my second Marvel film ever in theaters, Guardians of the Galaxy, with a friend of mine. And you didn't go.
I did not go. This is the first time you ever went to a movie without a family member. Because you usually go with us, or like you went with G-Paw and Lola or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, okay, she's not going to spoil anything because she has not spoiled us at all this week, and she's promising to keep it a secret. But what did you think overall without any spoilers?
I'm hooked on feeling.
The music was fab.
Yes.
Lots of great music. Okay, anything else you want to say that won't spoil us?
Everyone was really good.
Yeah.
Especially Sean Gunn.
Okay. Is he...
Kirk.
Is he Kirk?
Yes. He's the director's brother.
Oh, okay. I think I knew that, but I may have forgotten.
Yes, and he's playing a role that's very different from Kirk, so it'd be like, what?
Oh my goodness.
That's the guy who plays Kirk?
And you liked Groot.
I'm Groot.
Is there a knitted pattern for Groot, or was it just crocheted?
There's a knitted pattern for him.
Baby
Groot.
Maybe you should knit Baby Groot. Okay, anything else you want to say about it?
No.
Okay. I got some fabulous new tennis shoes this week.
She loves them so much. I'm just like, they're tennis shoes.
I love them. So here's what the issue was. You know, I'm walking more. Yay. So I had bought just like a knockoff pair of Converse type shoes, which were gorgeous. They were pink and sparkly. What's not gorgeous about that? But they like provided no support at all. And so, and I've got...
they didn't support you.
They didn't. They didn't say nice things to me like my new ones do. They say, you're doing great, Cece. Way to go. Take one more step. You're doing oh, Cece, you're great. That's what my new shoes say. The other ones were like... And if you'll remember, I got the hypermobility diagnosis as well when I saw the specialist a few months ago. And really bad spots for me are my ankles and my knees. And so I really needed something more supportive, shoe-wise, for walking more. So,
Arch-wise.
Are you surprised they're pink?
Ah, shock and awe.
And they came with white shoelaces, but there was also a bag with pink shoelaces in it. So, of course, I put the pink shoelaces in. Mm-hmm. And they're fabulous. And actually, the inserts... I'm trying to pull one out. I saw the podiatrist and had inserts made to help with the hypermobility. They fit in here, which they didn't fit in the knockoff Converse. So, they're great. And I love them. And they're pink. Another fabulous thing this week...
I can't have one.
No.
Apparently.
I love pens. I love stationery. I love office supplies. I love school supplies.
So do I.
Love. We also bought twisted notepads this week. I didn't bring one over, but they're fabulous. We bought you one and me one because they were on clearance for like 89 pence.
They're decorations.
They are, but they're also notepads. And they're fabulous. I bought some new pens, but wait, how cool is this? They're fountain pens, and yes, that's pink ink. Ha! I bought a black one and a blue one too, but I bought a bunch of these ones because they were on sale too.
But apparently I am not worthy of one.
pink fountain pen. I'm ignoring what she's saying, okay?
Am I worthy to possess the power of the fountain pen?
No.
How about the power of Thor?
Sure, you can have
Yes!
Thor. All right, Damaris, you got some lovely stuff this week.
Yes.
From?
Claire Devine.
Who we mentioned actually just a few minutes ago because you're using her ribbing technique.
Yes.
Claire is in our knitting group, and she's fabulous. And what did she bring you?
Lots of sock yarn to make hexa puffs with.
Yeah. I told Damaris, I think because these are just like yarn color samples, I told her she should either do like a magic cake ball using the magic knot and just gradiate the colors, or just use these for like some embroidery techniques or something on other hexa puffs.
Look at them all.
Look at all that yarn. Ooh, I really like this one.
Oh my gosh.
One just fell down here. Ooh, I like this one. Where was that one that you really liked?
I don't know.
Was it this one?
Maybe.
There's this one.
Can't recall.
Ooh, look at that one. They're fabulous. So what do you say to Claire?
Thank you so much.
We love you, Claire. Okay, I got new yarn this week too, but not from Claire, although she enabled me to buy it because she told me, hey, there's a free coupon, there's a code for free shipping. So she was totally an enabler. So I got this yarn from Eden Cottage Yarns. Hand-dyed yarn from Yorkshire. EdenCottageYarns.co.uk. It'll be linked in the show notes. So she posted, and if I'm remembering correctly, her name's Victoria, I believe. I'm sorry if it's wrong. Forgive me. I'm bad with names. She announced over the weekend that she had several new lines of yarn. And I got the Whitfill DK. It is 50 grams, 100 meters of 100% baby alpaca.
And it's fuchsia. Does that surprise you?
Fuchsia. Mm-hmm. And it's so squishy. Squishy, squishy, squishy. And what am I going to make with this?
Hefty.
See, I'm going to talk about Claire some more, because you know what I'm going to make with this? I'm putting them on the screen right now. Claire Devine's new fingerless mitt pattern, Adina. And this is the perfect amount, and won't it be lovely to wear on my hands? So this is motivating me because I cannot cast it on until I finish the shawl design, the four ply one. So as soon as that one's finished, this is going on the needles. So thank you so much, Eden Cottage Yarns, and thank you, Claire, for enabling me. You enabler, you. We watched a hilarious video last night. It was pretty funny, wasn't it? Yes. It was Sesame Street doing a parody of Star Wars called Star S'mores. It's hysterical. It was about 5 or 6 minutes long, and so it's in the show notes, so you can watch it. It's so funny. So funny. Anything you want to say about it?
I don't know.
It's funny. You should go watch it because it's funny. All right. I think that's everything. So we'll do GGK Crafty Pad now. Hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is GGK Crafty Pad?
You take a look at our prompt list for the month and then take a picture related to that prompt and then post it anywhere you like. But we pick our favorites from Instagram.
That's right. What's our theme this month?
Back to school.
Back to school. That's right. So here come our favorite photos. Which ones?
We picked 2 from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
So here come the photos. So those were our favorite photos. Great job, everybody. The photos in the last few weeks have been fabulous, and there have been so many amazing ones that it is so hard to pick every week, which is really fabulous, but is also hard because we have to try to pick favorites out of so many good ones. So keep up the good work. Hashtag GGK Crafty Cat. Upcoming events. Where do we go on Monday nights, Mare?
One of our local knitting clubs, the Town Mouse Knitting Club.
They're the best. They're the best knitting club in Edinburgh. Hands down. So if you're in Edinburgh or around Edinburgh or coming to visit Edinburgh, you should make sure you're here on a Monday and come join us at the Safari Lounge. Details in the show notes. In just a week and a half, I am making the epic journey. Bum, 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 bum,
I feel like we need some trailer music back here.
To Yarndale in Skipton. It's a wool festival. It is at the Skipton Auction Mart. I will be there Saturday the 27th of September. I'm going with a group from here in Edinburgh who are taking over a train, car, coach, whatever you call it.
We're taking over a train.
We're taking over a train. It's going to be the train.
They are.
The train job from Firefly. We're leaving really early and coming back really late. Are you unwinding your yarn?
I'm fixing it.
Oh, you're rewinding the ones that have come undone a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. So I will be there with a bunch of other people from this area. We will be having a podcaster meetup. If you are a podcaster, or if you are a podcast viewer / watcher, listener / viewer and watcher are the same thing.
And you would like to meet up.
Then at 3 p.m. in the Food in the Pins seating area, we will be there. And I will have badges and cards and all that fun stuff, so you should come meet up with us, okay? And then lastly, just a reminder that the Edinburgh Yarn Festival is coming up faster than we know. It'll be March 14th and 15th, 2015. You should be there. There's going to be a podcaster lounge that's been announced. Details have not been announced, but we're excited to hear more about it because we'll be there. Okay? Okay. All right. I think that's all the yummies. So we should probably move on to the next segment because we got a lot to talk about. Okay. Here we go.
Now we're going to talk about what we're reading and watching.
What are you reading, Damaris? I would almost ask you what you were watching. I know what you're watching.
The Crucible by Arthur Miller.
Okay, and how's it going?
I finished the first act.
Okay.
I have 3 more to go.
Oh, I thought it only had 3 acts.
No, I think it has 4.
Oh, okay. And this is for school reading?
Yes.
So you're not getting in any fun reading?
No.
I'm sorry. But if you get through it, then you can read something fun.
Yes, but then I have to start the next book I have to do for school.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm not good at reading 2 things at once.
Unlike me, who reads 37 things at once.
Literally.
Not really. But I am reading my nonfiction book number 15 for the year. So I've already met my goal. I'm reading Still, Notes on a Mid-Faith Crisis by Lauren F. Winner. And it's really good, and I'm enjoying it. It's a series of essays is what it is. And it's really good. I'm enjoying it. And then I'm also still reading the Kate Daniels series by Ilona Andrews. I finished this week reading Magic Bleeds, and now I'm reading Magic Slays.
Like Buffy.
Yeah, the Vampire Slayer. And it's a good series of paranormal type stuff. Vampires and magic and werewolves and all kinds of things like that. So that is what I'm reading. And now we're going to talk about what we're watching. Do you want to start with the first thing, Damaris?
Sure. We finished rewatching season 6 of Stargate SG-1, and now we're rewatching season 7.
Yes. Daniel's back from outer space. As that gives you feels.
He's my favorite guy.
But Jonas is gone.
He's one of my favorite guys.
So we're enjoying that. Is there anything specific you wanted to say about it this week other than it's just really good? We love it.
No.
Okay. We are also rewatching Gilmore Girls. Some of it you're watching for the first time, but I've watched it numerous times. We finished rewatching season 3 and we started season 4. So Rory is at Yale now. And I cried for Lorelai when Rory was going to Yale, and because it makes me think, oh, Damaris is going to be leaving me soon. Are you hiding? But we love Gilmore Girls a lot. It's our favorite. Copper Boom. Copper Boom. Boy with the poodles already. Copper Boom. Okay, do you want to talk about the next one or you want me to?
You.
Lois and Clark, the mini adventures of Superman.
The new adventures.
The new adventures of Superman. We're still rewatching season 2. Well, Damaris had never seen it before. So she's watching season 2. I'm rewatching season 2, and it's fabulous. So corny. Lex Luthor is back.
Oh my gosh.
And they went on their first kind of date. Except for they got stuck doing a story. We're getting ever closer to them being together and Lois finding out that he's Superman.
Someone help me.
Then I started a new show. I'm watching True Detective, which has Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson in it. It is a not safe for children show. Mature audiences only. But it's a police criminal drama show type thing. So, and apparently there's only one season, but they may have either started filming or they're about to start filming a second season.
It was over.
No, they're going to do another season. Yeah. The Hubs and I are watching Dark Angel, and we finished rewatching season 1 last night. Michael Weatherly thinks Jessica Alba is dead. Their characters. You know what I'm saying?
I can't remember their character's name.
Max and... I don't know Michael Weatherly's character's name. There's original Cindy. I remember her. And Normal. I remember him. Why can't I think of Michael's character's name? I don't know. But we really enjoyed that. So I'm excited to start season 2 tonight. Is what we'll do. And the Hubs and I finished watching season 3 of Unforgettable. So they aired 2 new episodes this past week. And that finished out season 3. So I'm assuming season 4 will come back maybe in the summer. Because I think that's how it did it this year. So it's a fun show. It's a criminal drama, but it has a fun element to it because of Carrie's ability to remember everything. So we started
season 5 Haven.
So it's back on the Sci-Fi Channel, and we watched episode 5.1, See No Evil. It's pretty intense. And I'm like, okay, how are they going to fix this? So the next episode is 5.2, Speak No Evil, coming up this week. The Hubs and I watched a couple of movies because Damaris went and saw a movie. So we watched movies while she was gone. We first watched 127 Hours, which is based on a true story of this guy who goes like hiking and rappelling on rocks and all this, but he gets stuck with his arm between 2 like boulders and has to chop off his own arm to get out.
Why did you watch this?
It's got really great ratings because it's really, because he survived.
Did you like it?
It was okay. I looked away. I was like, I don't want to see him cutting off his arm. I don't know how much they showed. I didn't watch. And then we watched Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, which was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay. It was about they knew that the end of the world was coming, and the main character's wife left, and he was just trying to find somebody to be with while the world ended. Then we watched movies. You're up. Talk about them.
We watched Despicable Me 1 and 2.
We'd already seen one.
Yes.
But we watched 2. What did you think?
I liked it.
Your favorite song?
No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that.
I loved the Minions remake of I Swear. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. At the wedding. It's so funny. And YMCA at the wedding. I love animated movies. They're fabulous. Fabulous. All right. Are we ready to talk about the Doctor Who is Who? What episode?
8.4, listen.
Yes. I'm putting away my sock that I'm knitting, my Outlander sock, because I think I am at the point ready for the heel, and I'm afraid I'm just going to start knitting, not thinking about it, and make it too long. So I just put it away. Okay, 8.4, listen.
You told me to do...
Oh, I did tell you to write this. Why in the world is the Doctor meditating on top of the TARDIS? That's crazy. What is he doing up there? What if the TARDIS starts moving and he falls off? He would die. And we'd all be sad.
Okay, why don't you move on to the next point?
Oh, is it my turn again?
Yes.
Oh, so I was talking about how Clara's only known Danny for a little bit of time, but he's already ingrained in her life because she thought of him even though she was supposed to be thinking of herself when she was touching the TARDIS to make it go into her timeline.
Scared is a superpower.
It is. You forgot the psychic paper. He used psychic paper for the first time.
Oh.
This Doctor.
Okay.
This Doctor right here.
Oh, great. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, my gosh.
12. He used psychic paper for the first time. He was like, oh, look who I am. Okay, keep going.
The deep and lovely dark, we'd never see the stars without it.
Which is so true. If there was not dark, we couldn't see the stars.
Okay, and
Those Doctor Who people, they're so insightful.
Next one.
Oh, Dan the Soldier Man. He's a soldier so brave he doesn't need a gun because he dug 23 wells.
And the next one.
You want me to say the next one? I loved the Doctor's dad skills. He's like, once upon a time, the end. That doesn't really work with rating. Once upon a time, the end. Boop. That doesn't work. Oh, pink is nice. I like it. Of course you do. Pink is fabulous. You can have it. Ooh, a bold offer, Mr. Pink. Clara Pink.
You got the next one.
Oh my gosh. Why didn't you write any of this?
I did write some of this.
Was there okay? So there was a line that said something about the silence at the end of time, and
I don't think it means.
I don't think it means. I'm not sure if it really means the silence, but I'm wondering if it possibly could, and it could be a foreshadowing for the end of the series 8. That's what we're watching.
They're all dead.
What if one survived?
Of course, they always do.
Yes.
You wrote the next one too.
Oh yes. Time travel runs in the family, so Clara is Orson's great grandmother.
It's implied.
Is what's implied.
It's not explicitly stated. It's implied.
So that means Clara and Danny got together in the end.
And then Clara says, "Did we come to the end of the universe because of a nursery rhyme?"
Yes, we did, Clara.
You have the next one?
There was cloister bells. Did you hear them?
Yes, the cloister bell. Just one.
Did you hear it? There was cloister bell playing.
Yes, the TARDIS was foistrated.
Foistrated. Oh, the Doctor made the TARDIS foistrated.
Frustrated.
And then it was the Doctor as a child with Clara under the bed. And Clara, he sits up, his feet, and Clara goes and grabs his leg and tells him to lay back down. Go to sleep.
You wanna say the whole next thing because you made me write all of it.
This part right here?
The whole entire thing is part of the whole.
This whole thing, all this?
Yes, you made me write the entire thing.
Let me tell you, people. Let me just bring it over here so I can tell you.
Okay.
Listen, what if there was never anything? What if the big bad Time Lord doesn't want to admit he's afraid of the dark? I don't take orders, Clara. Do as you're told. Okay, I'll read the first part and then you read the part about the connection.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, this is just a dream, but very clever people can hear dreams, so please just listen. I know you're afraid, but being afraid is all right, because didn't anybody ever tell you? Fear is a superpower. Fear can make you faster and cleverer and stronger. And one day you're going to come back to this barn. Yes. And on that day you're going to be very afraid indeed. But that's okay, because if you're very wise and very strong, fear doesn't have to make you cruel or cowardly. Fear can make you kind. It doesn't matter if there's nothing under the bed or in the dark, so long as you know it's okay to be afraid of it. So listen. If you listen to nothing else, listen to this. You're always going to be afraid, even if you learn to hide it. Fear is like a companion, a constant companion, always there. But that's okay, because fear can bring us together. Fear can bring you home. I'm going to leave you something just so you'll always remember. Fear makes companions of us all. And then what was the connection?
A line from the very first episode, An Unearthly Child.
Like 50 years ago, first episode.
Doctor says, fear makes companions of all of us. That's right. And Barbara says, I never thought once you were afraid. And the doctor says, fear is with all of us and always will be, just like the other sensation that lives with it. And Barbara says, what's that? The doctor says, your companion referred to it. Hope. Hope that's right.
Yes. That was a very articulate and interesting thing. And we also had the war doctor, because he's the one that returned to the barn. They were in the barn. And 12, he does not like hugging. No, not the hugging. I'm against the hugging, please. Oh, let's give you a hug, doctor. Give the doctor a hug. And then Clara and Danny. Clary. Is that the ship name, Clary?
What? I don't know. I don't even know.
I was trying to say Clara and Danny. Kissing. So the next episode is?
Time Heist.
Yes. And then the final thing on TV for this week is another not child safe, adult only show, Outlander. I watched episode 1.6, The Garrison Commander. And OMG, Black Jack was so much more horrifically terrifying in the TV show than he was in the book. I mean, in the book, he was horrible, awful. But on the TV screen, oh my gosh. And I had to fast forward through the flogging scene because it was just too much. It was so intense. But the wedding is next week. Actually, later this week. Episode 1.7, The Wedding. On Daddy and I's anniversary, the 20th.
It's a sign.
It's a sign. We've been married 17 years this weekend. Anyway, so Outlander. And I'm still really enjoying also listening to the podcast episodes that Ronald Moore, who is a producer, does. And he does like what you would find on a DVD commentary of each episode. And so I just listened this morning to the one for the Garrison Commander. And it was really interesting. So you should check that out. All right, I think we are done with TV, so we'll move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for the Artistic Autumnal Cal.
Yes. So this is running from September 1st through November 30th, and it's for any projects that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince us is related to autumn. So it can be by color name. It can be by purpose. I need a hat for the cooler days. It can be pattern name. And if you can't think of anything, it can just be that you crafted it in the autumn. That's okay. And you can't begin before September 1st, and you have to be done by November 30th. And we've got prizes. We have donated by Eileen, who is Leaner on Rav, an ebook up to $20 US value from Ravelry. And another Eileen, Wisconsin knitter, donated a $5.50 coupon code for use in my Java Pearl pattern shop. And then we'll do something or some things from the bag o' prizes behind us. And if you would like to donate a prize, we would love that. So just get in contact with us if you'd like to do that. So, and you can enter as many projects as you want. You're not limited to just one project. As long as they follow the rules, you can enter as many times as you want. So you want to say who's finished projects this week?
Ange is Hip, Dancing Geek, Denise Cheng ×2, Ellie Jellybean, Evil Twin 2, Katie Did What, Cat Wings, Quest Crew Melchin.
Sorry if that's not right.
Leaner, Nana PEI, Rose Bob, Saratoga Knitting, Stripey Socks Girl, and Tulip 102903.
So great job, y'all. Yay! So keep working on your Cal projects and make sure and post them in the FL thread. All right, on to the next Cal. Okay, I am co-hosting the Outlander Cal with Jasmine and Gigi from the Knitmore Girls, with Maria of Subway Knits and Kristen from the Yarngasm podcast. And this is for any project that you do that you can connect to the Outlander show. It's an Instagram Cal, so you need to post your pictures on Instagram with hashtag Countdown to Outlander and hashtag KiltMeNowCal. All the details are in the show notes or in the RAV group. There's details in the thread there. And we have 2 prizes that we'll give out at the for us from me from our podcast. We'll give away 2 prizes at the end of season 1, which will be in 2015. But the other podcasters also have prizes. So I'll be giving away a skein of Outlander yarn. Let go. This is from Jess at Ginger Twist Studio. And this is her Ginger's Hand-Dyed Sheepish Sock in the J. Supreme colorway. It's 100 grams, 365 meters of 80% superwash BFL and 20% nylon. And it's so lovely in person to work with. And then we'll also be giving away, donated by Janice, who is Whippity on Ravelry. She donated 1 copy of her wee blackface sheep and Ramsey McSporin patterns, which you should be seeing on the screen right now. So we'll announce those winners at the end of season 1. So if you're interested, get started on the project and post it on Instagram with your hashtags. Oh, Outlander too. Ooh, I can just briefly say a brief snippet. Julia of Pandia's Jewels and I are collaborating on an Outlander kit. So it'll be her yarn and a sock pattern from me. So watch in upcoming days for more details about that. Shh, it's a secret. But you heard it here. Shh. All right, let's move on to the next segment. So for today's review, we will be reviewing the new book, Road Trip by Tin Can Knits. We're going to do this review a little bit different because the ebook has not actually totally released yet. It is on pre-order now for release on October the 1st. You can get the ebook only for $16 US or the ebook and a print copy for $23 US. And this book has 14 patterns in it. And we're going to be putting pictures of each pattern up on the screen as we're talking. So that's why it's going to be a little different because we don't have it on a device to show you. So Emily and Alexis say that this is a nostalgic backcountry knit collection. Whether embarking on a personal journey, enjoying a romantic mini break, or reliving the camping trips of your childhood through little eyes, a road trip is a special time and place. These nostalgic knits are inspired by our adventures across Canada, winding roads through mountain passes, coffee in quaint towns, and bonfires on remote beaches. With cables, colorwork, and lace, Road Trip is full of delicious designs. Pack up your needles and yarn and head out on the open road today. This collection has 14 patterns, like I said. 4 of them are seamless garments, and 10 of them are accessories. So we're going to talk about each one of the patterns briefly, and then Damaris and I picked our favorite patterns. 1 pattern each, and actually the pattern that I picked as my favorite, she also picked as her favorite, so she picked another one, so we would have 2 to talk about a little more in depth. So let's start with, and we're sorry if we butcher any of these names because some of them are a little unusual. The first one is Amylite, which is a worsted weight cowl. It's got a lovely cabled stitch pattern on it, and it comes in 3 sizes. I love the colorway they chose for it. That green is just fall to me. I love, it's one of those just great fall colors. You want to do the next one?
Apple Pie, which is a worsted weight beanie hat. It has a lattice pattern that looks like the top of an apple pie. And it has 6 sizes from baby to adult to large.
Yes. And it looks great. One of the things that I love so much about Tin Can Knits is that they do so many sizes. They go, almost all of their patterns go from baby to adult 4XL, clothing wise, and accessories also to like an adult, from baby to like adult large. So that, I really, really love that about them. Do you have something else you want to say about the apple pie? Okay.
No.
Next up is a blanket. This is the Bonfire blanket. It's a super bulky weight blanket. To me, and like I said, the pattern's not out yet, so I couldn't look at the details, but from looking at it in the photos, it appears to me to be a mainly garter stitch blanket, but with a cable panel in it. And it's one size, and it looks cozy and warm for a night around a bonfire, which I think is why it's called Bonfire. Okay, you talk about this next one because this is your favorite out of it.
It's
your second favorite.
The Caribou, which is a worsted weight cardigan. It's a simple cardigan pattern that has a design element on the yoke. It has 19 sizes from baby to adult 4XL. And it just looks really nice and comfy.
You could do some really fun buttons on it too. You know, you could choose a more neutral color. The picture that I think is probably up on the screen has it in like a really earthy green and like a gray, but then you could do a pop of color with your buttons, and that would be really cool. Next up is the Cleoquat. Is that how you would say it? We're going to go with Cleoquat. It is a DK weight cardigan, and it has a huge colorwork design on the yoke and upper sleeves. It is 17 sizes from baby to adult 4XL, and related to it is also the
Cleoquat toque. Toque?
I think that's how you say it.
Which is a DK weight toque hat, and it has colorwork similar to the cardigan, and it has 7 sizes from baby to adult large.
They're gorgeous. Both the cardigan and the hat are amazing. But I will say that I will probably never knit them because I stink at color work. I love to see it, but I'm awful at it. So, okay, next up is Granola, which is a sport weight cuff down sock pattern. It's got a cable pattern on the sides with lacework panels on the front and back, and it comes in 3 adult sizes. I've only knit one other actual pair of socks in something other than 4-ply. So this could be an interesting, and it would probably knit up pretty fast because it's in sport weight. So that could be interesting. Okay, you want to do the next one?
Grayling. They're sport weight mittens, and they have a cable texture and 5 sizes from toddler to adult large.
And I think they're just lovely.
Yeah, they look like arrows, kind of.
They would, yeah, kind of. They would be fun for a drinking hot chocolate around the campfire. I like around the campfire. I'm not an outdoor girl, but I do like to sit around a campfire and have s'mores and drink hot chocolate or coffee.
In the middle of the city.
In the middle of the city. But yeah. And go on a hayride. As long as I take allergy medicine first. Okay, next up is my favorite pattern out of this book. And it's also Damaris's favorite, but like we said, she picked her second favorite, so we can both talk about one. This one is called Old Growth. It is a worsted weight cardigan. It is a really simple asymmetrical stockinette sweater, but it has a small amount of lace detail on one of the panels, on one of the front panels. It comes in 18 sizes from baby to adult 4XL. And this is another one you could do fabulous buttons on. I adore this, and it actually may go in my queue to be knit maybe next year. Because I really, really like it, and I think it's adorable in the little one sizes. But you could do, how would it look like in a gray, but with like pops of pink buttons?
Somehow I knew you were going to say that.
I think it would be fabulous. I love that pattern. I think it is my favorite. I know it's my favorite in the whole book. Okay, you want to do the next one?
Next up is Paddle, and they're DK weight fingerless mitts, and they're just striped detail on the hands. And there are 5 sizes from toddler to adults large.
Yeah, these look like something that would be great for like a football game. Not, well, I guess UK football, but I was talking about American football. Like, I'm thinking high school football, which was really big in Texas and New Mexico where I went to school. So they'd be great for like that. You could do them in your school colors. And it would be a good way to use up some like leftover color, because you could have a main color for the glove and then just use something left over to do the stripes on it. So that might be something fun to do too. Then next up we have Prairie Fire. It is a DK weight pullover jumper. It's mainly lace. It's in 18 sizes from baby to adult 4XL. And it's gorgeous. Yeah. But I'm not great at lace yet. So maybe one day I will. Their model is beautiful, and I love the color they chose. It's kind of this burgundy, burnt wine. Kind of, I don't know how to, it's gorgeous.
Maroon.
That too. Okay, you're up next.
Rivulet. It's a sport weight shawl / scarf, and it's got lots of fringe on it.
I wrote in the notes, fringe-tastic.
And it's one size, but it's adjustable to make it larger.
Yeah, so that's fun. But fringe isn't for everyone, so, you know, you could decide. Okay, then next up we have the Stovetop. It's a worsted weight tam hat. It's got cables and texture with an optional pom-pom. Comes in 6 sizes from baby to adult large. I love the pom-pom. Isn't that fabulous? You could do a pom-pom in a different color, a coordinating color. That would be fun. Or you could just do it without the pom-pom for somebody who doesn't like pom-poms. But it's a fabulous pattern. And then finally, the last pattern is?
Viewfinder. It's a lace weight cowl. It's very drapey.
And elegant. It's in lace weight though, so that's not on my table right now because I've never knit with lace weight. But it's gorgeous. It's very pretty. And I think, if I remember right, that it would be easy to make it a different size if you wanted to make it bigger or something. So that was Road Trip by Tin Can Knits. We'd like to say thank you to Emily and Alexa for gifting it to us. Again, this is Road Trip, 14 knits inspired by the open road. It will be released on October the 1st. You can pre-order the printed book along with the ebook for $23 US, or the ebook alone for $16. But if you pre-order it, you're getting a better price because when the ebook is released, it's going to go up to $18. So, and if you pre-order now, you'll get the Clayacot pattern, and then the rest of the ebook will be sent on October 1st. So check out Road Trip by Tin Can Knits, and we will have another review of some other Tin Can Knit stuff next week because they gifted us some other of their work, and so we'll be reviewing that next week. All right, on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, part of our show where you ask us things and we answer them.
Yes, so Damaris, who asked this week's question and what is the question?
SJH801, who is Sandy from Pennsylvania, asks, I'll ask a question that's probably been asked before,
I don't think it's been asked before. If it has, I forgot. So,
other than personal preference, when knitting socks are some ways better / easier than others. D-pins, magic loop, 2 circulars.
Okay. So first, let's adjust personal preference. Let's address personal preference. We're both magic loopers. Okay, we were both magic loopers. Nurse is still a magic looper. I am addicted to what I lovingly call Zoom Zoom. And I don't have it over here. I already put it away. That is a 23 centimeter, 9-inch circular needle that I do socks on. And it's the circumference of the sock, so you just go round and round and round and round. I call them Zoom Zoom. The only thing you cannot do on those is the toe. So I typically knit toe up, so I start the toe on magic loop and then I move it over once I get to the foot to the 23 centimeter needles. Those are not for everyone because the needles are only about this long. So it took some definite adjustment to get used to how to hold them. And you either, from what I found, you either love them or you hate them. There's really no in between on them. Why do you love Magic Loop?
I don't know. It's the way I learned to do it.
That's true. That's true. And it's nice with Magic Loop that you can just like slide stuff down, like when you shove it in a project bag. So that's a nice thing as well. Honestly, neither one of us own a pair of DPNs, which are double pointed needles, in case you don't know. I did use DPNs early on in my knitting, but I never really liked it. They were always uncomfortable for me. Part of the struggle for me was it was difficult to take DPNs out somewhere. So if I was sitting, at home knitting, it wasn't as big a deal. But I also constantly dropped the DPNs because there were so many to deal with. Some people swear by DPNs though. So, I know I haven't. Have you ever done socks on 2 circulars? No, I haven't either. To me, it seems like it would be similar to Magic Loop style, but just using 2 circulars instead. So personal preference wise, I prefer my Zoom Zoom needles, Damaris, and I think we discussed this at knitting group this week. We think we should petition Haya to rename the 9-inch 23cm needles Zoom Zooms. And the knitting group agreed with me. I think that would be perfect. So I prefer those. You prefer Magic Loop. Are some ways better, easier than others. If you've never used DPNs before, it might be difficult to start on socks with DPNs in as small a size as you need with 4-ply yarn, which is rather small as well. That may be just too fiddly for you to handle. If you're comfortable with DPNs, I don't think that you would have an issue with it.
Toe up.
Oh, okay, yeah, she didn't really ask about toe up or cuff down.
I thought like ways of knitting socks.
Oh no, she meant the needles. But we do love both toe up socks because you can try them on as you go. I would recommend either starting with Magic Loop or Zoom Zooms. You agree?
Yeah.
So, I hope that answered your question, Sandy. What about y'all? Do you have a preference or reasons to use one way of knitting socks over another? If so, share them in the episode thread on Ravelry. And if you have a question for us, go to the Ask the Geeky Girls thread on the Ravelry group and ask it, and we will answer it as soon as we can. All right, let's move on to the next segment. And with that, we're to the end of the show. We hope it wasn't too weird with having to record on the iPhone instead of the iPad, and hopefully you didn't hear too much construction noise in the background. A few announcements before we go. Just a reminder that coming up very quickly, like in about 3.5 weeks, the Doctor Who Companion Sock Club 2nd edition will go on sale. This is the collaboration that I'm doing with Julia from Pandia's Jewels. It will have 3 skeins of yarn, specially dyed by Julia, 3 sock patterns to go with that yarn, and 1 big surprise in the package. And it will be 3 new companions that we didn't address in the first club. So in the first club, we've addressed River Song and Amy Pond, and then the third one comes out next week. U.S. memberships for the club will be $135, Canadian $149, international $162, and the only reason for that is the difference in shipping, because shipping is included in that cost. Sign-ups will start on October the 10th at 10 a.m. Eastern and run until October 17th or until memberships are sold out. And it's a 3-month club that you'll get in November, December, and January. So it could be a nice Christmas present to yourself. So stay tuned, and we'll post links and make sure you get your membership to the sock club. Just a reminder that our friend Anna from Toil and Trouble Yarns is hosting a fiber retreat in May 2015 in New Hampshire. If you're interested, details in the show notes. And I am a sponsor of that retreat. Disclosure there. We'd like to say thank you to y'all that are shopping on Amazon using our links on the Geeky Girls Knit website. It doesn't cost you any extra, and it doesn't impact your shopping at all. It just, if you go to our site and click on a link that is like linked for a book or a TV show or a movie, or there's also links in the sidebars of the website, it will take you to Amazon, but it registers that you came through our site, and we get a little bit of money based on what you purchase. And that money is just used for things like shipping and prizes and badges and things like that. So if you prefer not to do just a donation, but you still want to help support the podcast, if you're shopping on Amazon, go to our site first and click through, and we'd appreciate it. And we love you guys who have done it for us. Thanks. All right, Damaris, anything else?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So why don't you tell them where they can find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsknit.blogspot.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online. YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
And with that, I think we'll say goodbye. We hope y'all have a great week. We love you guys. You're awesome. And happy knitting, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.